5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hi everyone, my name is Ace Lawrence Villaneses. You can call me Ace, talking in front of you to do our online activity in UGE1 Reading Comprehension. So I want you to sit back, relax, and spare me some mercy because I am really doing my best in this activity. I am not really that vlog material, but like every student who's trying all they can in this new normal brought about by this COVID-19 pandemic, I am also doing the best that I could. So without further ado, let us start our activity.
What?
The title of this activity is Do Not Paint Me a Picture. The instruction of this activity is that we will be shown 3 pictures and we will discuss about the picture and state its topic and main idea, which is also the most recent lesson that we had in our subject. So I'm gonna be talking through the whole duration of this video and I am excited of what the pictures will be. So let us start with the first picture. This picture looks familiar. I think this illustrates the 9 circles of hell in Dante's Inferno. I have read a synopsis about this before, way back in our junior high school years. It is the first part of Dante Alighieri's epic poem entitled The Divine Comedy. It is divided into 3 parts. The first part is Dante's Inferno, the second part is Purgatorio, and lastly is Paradiso. The 9 circles of hell are limbo, lust, gluttony, greed, anger, heresy, fraud, violence, and lastly, and the deepest layer of all, is treachery. Really, Dante's Inferno represents a concept of the afterlife in the Christian perspective. It talks about the journey of a soul through the underworld and the punishments in hell that it will receive for the bad things that it has done in the material world. In conclusion, Dante's Inferno tells us that we must be good and we must do good things in our life. So the topic of this picture is Dante's Inferno, and the main idea for me is the journey of a soul through the depths of Inferno. Without a doubt, this is the Sleeping Beauty. It is clearly obvious. The spindle, the spinning wheel, and a sleeping damsel in distress really gave it away. It reminds me of the movie Maleficent. It was a good film and it showed the other sides of the story in which we do not know, because we already know about Aurora, who was cursed and only a true love's kiss could save her. But in reality, it wasn't the kiss of the prince that woke her in the deep trance. It was Maleficent who saved her from the curse. Maleficent deeply cared for Aurora all this time, and it was really true love that she showed to her. For me, this tells us that love isn't just found on your partner or romantic interest, but love can be found in your family, friends, and most especially in yourself. The topic of this picture for me is true love, and the main idea is true love isn't about romance. It is about family, friends, and self. And now for the last picture. Okay. The person in this picture is the famous Steve Jobs, one of the founders of Apple Technologies. For me, the picture shows how Steve Jobs grew up as a person from his youth to his maturity and finally to his death. As what I read in articles before, his early life was somewhat problematic. He was gave up for adoption by his original parents and then he dropped out of college. Nonetheless, he was smart, and together with Steve Wozniak, they founded the Apple computers. Also, Steve Jobs launched Pixar. From then on, he continued innovating ideas and then transforming these ideas into reality and into great technologies. Years later, his businesses were booming, sales were skyrocketing until his name was recognized all over the world. Similar to other billionaires like Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates, Steve Jobs had a humble beginning, but that didn't stop him from reaching and achieving his goals and his dreams. So for me, the topic of this picture is Steve Jobs, and the main idea is the growth of Steve Jobs from rags to riches. And I think that was the last picture. So that ends our activity for today. thank you so much to my dear watchers for reaching to the last part of this video. Really, I had fun doing this activity. It is just like doing a vlog which can be enjoyable. So this has been me, Ace Ranieses, signing off.